Jessica Norwood. She is yes. She is a financial innovator. She is an alchemist, and she leads in massive ways through deep care for herself, her community, and the world. Author of the book, Believe in You Money, Jessica is asking the question, what would it look like if the economy loved Black people? She is the founder of Runway, a financial innovation firm committed to dismantling systemic barriers and reimagining financial policies and practices, all in the name of Black liberation. Please give it up for Jessica Norwood.
Woo, yeah. All right, thank you. All right, good afternoon. I want to talk to you all about what it takes to move an idea to something real. And if you have been a founder or if you are an innovator of sorts, then you know that it takes a lot more than just the talent. I think it takes a lot more than a really good vision and hard work. It really does take having access to capital. And so I want to talk about what it means to have access to capital. And in particular, the early rounds of money that we talk about that really show that I believe in you, I see you, I think what you're doing is worthwhile and important. That kind of money makes all the difference in the world. And particularly, we call that money friends and family money, right? We've heard about that term before. And that's the money that comes from your networks, your associations that are going to give you some of the runway space, right? To try an idea, test some things out, and so forth. Now, I want you to think about this. What happens, though, when your community, your ancestors, have been historically excluded from ever building any wealth, right? Where they've been excluded from home ownership opportunities, excluded from high-paying jobs. Where are they going to get that friends and family money? So for a lot of Black founders, that money does not exist. And that's not by accident, actually. It's because we have an extractive economy. This economy will take the labor, will take your innovation, take your good ideas, take your hope and your dreams. They instead don't support these kinds of founders, right? And that's why we need reparative capital. Reparative capital really talks about this idea of centering those who have been historically harmed. It talks about bringing the kind of money that really sees you and understands you and supports your visions and your dreams. And that really matters a lot to getting the good kind of innovation and technology that we want to see happening. Let me tell you something. I'm going to take a side note. This is the hardest thing I have done. I mean, between the wind in my face and the noise and the crowd over here, baby, I think I am working, okay? Lord, today. I want to tell you this 5 minutes, but I just had to acknowledge that I have never worked this hard to give a talk in my entire life. Woo. Okay. All right, I'm looking at my little notes now because I lost all track. I saw my life flash. All right. So we need reparative capital. And I wrote this book, we would just referenced it, called Believe in You Money. What does it look like when the economy loves Black people? Thank you, it's more than just a framework for reparative capital. I want to say it is a radical reimagining of our economy. And it asks us to really consider, what would it be if a Black founder had money that was coming in with the same confidence and the same abundance that we see in other communities? That kind of thing would be a real game changer. And that's what Believe in You Money and reparative capital really is all about. It's often thought that, like, if we are investing in Black businesses, Black founders, that this is just about those Black businesses. But I would say to you that really this is about repairing the past, right? It's about transforming our economy and shaping our future, shaping a future that includes really all of us. And in particular, I would add in that in investing in these communities and investing in these founders, we're stopping the extraction that's normally been happening and saying, stop extracting from our Black communities, but instead, let's make investments in their brilliance. Let's make investments in their innovation. And so that's the promise of the work that I'm doing with reparative capital. All right. So I would say to imagine, look at me. All right. Let me put my notes up. This the last part I'm gonna say, because I've got 20 seconds left. Right. Huh? Oh. The TV too? I moved because of that part. I don't know what else to say, but here's the last part I want to say. I want you to imagine what it's like for a Black founder to have the resourcing that gives them, that shows that they believe in you, and that they're not building with scraps, but they have the full resources to take their ideas to scale. I want you to imagine what that's like and what that means for the innovation and the tech we really want. Real innovation it solves real problems. Real innovation supports real communities. And real innovation has to come from the people for whom the technology really is going to matter about. And so I will leave you with this last thought before I may not make it. I want to leave you with this last thought to just say that if you have money, I want you to consider where you're putting that money. If you have power and influence, I want you to think about how you're using that power and that influence. And if you believe that the privileged few should not be the ones that are left to create the world we want to live in, then I want you to move in alignment with your beliefs. Thank you.